Greetings, brothers and sisters. I'm Professor Spira, and today we will continue our discussion of Arnold Ehret's views on fasting. I'll be reading from Professor Arnold Ehret's Mucusless Diet Healing System, annotated, revised, and edited by Professor Spira, but some of these things that I'll read will also be found in Rational Fasting for Physical, Mental, and Spiritual Rejuvenation. In Lesson 19, with the subheading, How Long Should One Fast? Nature answers this question in the animal kingdom with a certain cruelty. Fast until you are either healed or dead. In my estimation, 50 to 60% of the so-called healthy people of today and 80 to 90% of the seriously chronic sick would die from their latent diseases through a long fast. Ehret is not promoting long fasting. How long one should fast cannot be definitely stated at all in advance. Now let's hold it. I mean, people make livings based on promoting like certain lengths of fasting that everybody like, okay, this length, you fast this length, and you, as opposed to, well, why don't you, let's take it a day at a time. Let's see how do things change from day to day. Maybe you get to day 3 and it's like, oh, we'll keep going. Or you get to day 2 and it's like, oh, okay, let's break it. Break the fast, let's transition back, get back to some mucus meals. It's going to be different for each person. So I love that about Ehret's fasting prescription, where it's not rigid. It's not based on a number of days that you have to, okay, these, you got to do your 40 days or 21 days. It's not based on that at all. That's why it's so rational. It's based on your physiology, your experience, the amount of waste that's in your system, not mine, not Ehret's, not somebody else's that wrote a book, yours. And so you examine yourself and you're introspective and you're very conscious. You get conscious of how you feel and why you feel what you feel at different times. And let that direct you in terms of how long you should fast. There's an article I wrote where I talk about that what we have to do when we're practicing Mucusless Diet Healing System is learn how to combine intellect with our intuition. Some people want to do it all by intuition, and that's hard because our intuition is compromised to a certain extent until we clean ourselves up. Because if you're addicted to McDonald's and you coming from McDonald's, you can't trust your intuition. Because your intuition going to tell you to go get you another Big Mac at McDonald's. And then on the other side, if you're intellectualizing all the time and you're just sort of, you don't have any intuition at all and you're trying to do it all in your head, where it's like, well, Ehret said, 3 days and divided by 2, carry the 1, and I did a dry fast for exactly 90 minutes, and that's how many seconds is that? No, that's way get out your head, move, get out your head, get out your head, get out your head, like, wait a minute, you're getting way off in there. And I see that a lot because people want to, part of patting himself on the back is like, trying to analyze every minute of every day of what they're doing. It's like, okay, I did a 18-hour dry fast, and I don't know. I mean, if that helps you, then cool. I don't like thinking in them terms, and anything under 24 hour, anything under a day of fasting, where from sun up to sundown you didn't eat any solid foods, that to me is where you start at. But because then people get into, well, I did 6-hour fast, and when I was sleeping I fasted for 5 hours, and it's like, I'm just not a fan of thinking like that. It's like, that's too in your head. That's like too trying to divide and add and multiply minutes and seconds, and like, well, I did this for 5 seconds and then for an hour, and it's like, so yeah, so that's just my opinion on that. But change your ideas regarding the claim, the longer you fast, the better the cure. You may not readily understand why. Or you may now readily understand why. Humans are the sickest animals on earth. No other animal has violated the laws of eating as much as humans. No other animal eats as wrongly as humans. Now, don't take what Eric says here personal or to heart and feel like you are less of, not worthy of the title of human or something. Like, this is I've noticed that there's a sensitivity that some people bring to this, where he said, humans are the sickest animals on earth. I don't know what to say. We shouldn't be that sensitive. I mean, one thing about the Mucusless diet is it teaches you self-love in the sense of honoring yourself, treating yourself with love and respect, and knowing who you are, knowing that you are you're a human. You are the crown of creation. So you don't need my validation or my pat on the back for good job, human. Humans, good job, us. Like, no, it ain't, that ain't about, because then you get off even into the ego thing. The trick is, it is an interesting sort of space to find, because people feel like if they confuse loving yourself with ego and this pridefulness. But to me, that's not it at all. Loving yourself is not about some kind of like, oh man, I'm just having a love affair with me. I'm great. No, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about knowing who you are and loving yourself to the point where you understand what Eric's saying here. You understand when he says humans are the sickest animals on earth. It's not a personal attack, and it's not a reason to feel depressed and to feel and to like take it personal, or to get obsessed with that, like you're so filthy that you have to over cleanse, or you have to, oh God, I'm so filthy, I need to I need to, like, that it's not meant for that. And so I implore you to not take that out of context, or to feel bad about yourself, or there's some kind of negativity because you think you're not good enough and you're not smart enough, and you think people don't like you. They do.
Because I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Kidding aside, that helps some people. Like for me, because I've had a relationship with myself. There's a lot of people that love other people and they don't love themselves. They love their mother and they love their child, and they'll do anything and everything for other people, but they treat themselves horribly. And I'm saying, put yourself as the priority. Just because you put yourself as the priority to make and you put yourself first and your health as a top priority, you're not being selfish. If anything, you're being selfish when you don't do that, because when you don't take the time to love yourself and to do the things that's going to keep you here, you're shortening your life. And so you're shortening the amount of time that you can spend with these people that you love, that you're doing everything for, running yourself ragged. But you're not going to be able to be there for them. And so, and this is something your brother Air talks about. Talks about that a lot. This idea of, instead of breaking your back trying to make all kinds of money to pass on to your kids and stuff, invest in your physiology, invest in yourself so that you can be here when they get older. So you don't have to like die and then, okay, here's all this millions of dollars that I made of breaking my back. You be here, because when you ask people that have lost loved ones, I'm pretty sure most of them will say, I wish my loved one was here. Even if they got millions, all this money and millions of dollars. I can't speak for all of them, but I know a lot of them say, man, I would give all of this millions of dollars back that I inherited if I could spend one more day with my loved one. So if you really, really, really love the people in your life, understand that it starts with you loving yourself and doing the things for you. Doing the things so that you feel good and that you're going to be here. You're going to be able to help and be around and play and enjoy life with your loved ones. And this path is not an easy path. You never see me on here talking about, oh, the Mucusless diet, it's such an easy path. No, it's challenging. It's challenging physically, mentally. It's going to push you in every way spiritually. And it's different for each person. You can't talk to two people and they're going to have the exact same experience and story. It has a way of finding whatever it is that your weakness is and bringing it to the surface. If your weakness has to do with some kind of social issue, or your weakness is family issues, if your weakness is some kind of intellectual barrier, whatever it is, it's going to expose it. It's going to bring it to the surface, and you have to not be scared and deal with it. And we're talking about, when we talk about fasting, we're talking about some of the most intense physiological practice and technology in existence. Yet it intense, yet simple, yet rational. Yeah, I mean, it's just, again, it's such a dynamic thing. So I think I will put a cap on this video right there. I hope you enjoy these. Comment down below. Let me know what are some of your experiences fasting. What are some of the things that if you were fasting and then you told people what you were doing, what are some of the things that people have told you or asked you about? Because those are, sometimes we get gems from people saying like, what are you, like, you're not eating anything. Oh, the funniest is when they're like, they are insisting that you're eating something. Then you're like, well, I'm not eating anything right now. And I'm like, okay, yeah, but what are you eating? I just said I'm not eating right now. Yeah, but what are you eating? And and it just, get it. So anyway, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you so much for plugging in. And until next time, peace, love, and breath.